Do you remember the Star Wars prequels and the Separatist droid army? They were just ridiculous cannon fodder for the good guys to slaughter, yet the super battle droids were particularly cool, especially with those wrist-mounted blasters. Therefore, when I saw this white cavalry exosuit, I immediately spotted a similar weapon mounting. It had to be mine. Same cool feature and badass look. Does it work in practice? Let's find out. Even if the cardboard is damaged, the unit appears to be safe and sound. Inside the usual clamshell there is our exosuit and little more, a huge sword and a set of hands for pose variation. Let's free him from its plastic prison. It is larger and taller than normal Space Marine figure, and we must fix the hand, which dropped off during the journey. I saw other reviews complaining that the wrist peg is particularly weak, but it is not that bad. The hand will stay there unless you pull it. When I reviewed the other exosuits, the top feature of this set of exosuit is the mecha design and the paint job. The same is valid for this one too. I love the weather paint job. It makes the vehicles and mechas feel like real war machines and not simple plastic toys. And JOYTOY has been quite good in this work in several lines, like the Steelbone and the Iron Wrecker mechas. You should watch some of the past reviews, I will leave a link here. This one has the cool white armor plates on top of a shiny metal grey skeleton. There is leather lake harness that contains several different containers, including pouches for the additional ammunition. The magazines are removable and fully painted. Now let's get to the main selling point in my opinion, the wrist-mounted twin machine guns. There is no ammo belt or similar, but those two magazines can be extracted and may be used in a to simulate a reload action in the heat of battle. Very cool, we need so little to be happy. Okay, there are not ridiculously oversized like 40k stone bolters, but they are quite cool for exosuits built for normal humans. The articulations are the weakest characteristics of this set, especially for shoulders. Legs have double joints for the knees and can be posed quite well, but do not expect any extreme posing. They look quite very cool, but overall posing options are quite limited. For me this is not a problem, but for people that like to play a lot with their figures, this could be a letdown. Before I forget, this is an exosuit, so there is a human pilot inside and you can lift the helmet and display his face. The head is quite larger than your average Space Marine. The scale of this figure is not specified, but I would say that it is larger than 118 and smaller than 112. Something like 115 maybe? It is well made, but I got these to pose as exosuits for my other 118 figures, so I will display them fully enclosed. They provide armored fire support for my infantry teams. The only other weapon is this mega sword. Seriously, it is ridiculous, but very nicely made. The shading for the blade makes it look like real. And if we put it side to side with an exosuit, you can see how long it is. It is 40k and more level of exaggerated weapon size, but I guess that many will like it. I can hardly think that he is really able to hold and manage it in actual combat, but this is sci-fi collectibles and reality does not apply. The rule of cool instead it does, and the final result is quite impressive. And yes, I can't get rid of the super battle droid pose with the raised wrist gun, it is too cool. some reason, this exosuit has no name. From left to right we have the firepower man, yep, our current friend, the assaulter and the eliminator. With such cool naming we can understand the JOYTOY marketing team did run out of other brand names. Just kidding. Each one has its own style and loadout, and our unnamed friend is one of the cooler and the better realizations. Firepower man is very painful to pose with gun and shield. The assaulter has a very loose hip joints, while the eliminator has a very odd yet beautiful design. Paint job is great on all of them, and yes, they share a lot of parts between the designs, but the results are quite interesting. They have a common design pattern, you can recognize it, yet they are quite different and peculiar in each implementation. Getting to the verdict now. If you like the design and you don't care too much for the posing limitations, this is a great figure. Actually, I will say that the entire lot is worth. Possibly, if you like one of them, you will enjoy the entire set. Sadly, JOYTOY has discontinued the line, but you can still find them on sale in many online stores. Give them a try before they disappear. That's all that I have to say. Have a nice rest of the day and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.